some family drama for Thanksgiving in Salem, and but it ended up with a happy engagement. Yay! So my days are last peeps. I hope everybody that celebrated Thanksgiving had an awesome one, and even if you didn't celebrate Thanksgiving, hope you still had a great Thursday. This review will be for Thursday and Friday. Today's episodes, November 27th and today 28th. Yeah, I watched both of them this morning, so they probably will overlap. But I think I do remember what happened on each day. I don't know, but I'm gonna talk about both, so it doesn't matter. We'll start with since I wrote down Rachel's doctor's name, Dr. Fuller. 'Cause I couldn't remember it in the last review I did Wednesday. So Brady came home and Tate's freaking out because he was trying to call. Um, did he say? Oh yeah, I think he did say that he was trying to call Brady, but Brady's phone died because he was at the hospital and Tate freaks out. But Brady told him I had to double check. I was like, he told him, yeah, he told him about Rachel poisoning Sarah, and then she was the one that shot EJ. You know, as she was watching Sarah have the reaction, that's when she remembered that she shot EJ. So Tate wanted to sneak in to see his sister, and he packed her some stuff from her room that she might like, and he even got her a stuffed snake to. I guess that's what her snake looks like. So they couldn't bring the real snake in, so bought her a stuffed one. It's like, oh, Tate is like the sweetest big brother. Oh lordy. So while that's happening, Brady goes to see Marlena. Marlena is in there with Belle's in there with Marlena. They were gonna bring Thanksgiving to Marlena, but yeah, Brady didn't stick around very long because he was worried about telling Marlena since she just got a pacemaker in there, but Tate was just saying that he didn't really want to lie to her, and Brady's like, we're not gonna lie to her, just say that Rachel's unwell, which is true. Um, but Brady does Marlena figures out that Brady and Belle are lying because they couldn't get their story straight about what was wrong with Rachel. Because Marlena wanted details. And Marlena's like, look, children, just tell me the truth, Lordy. She had that mom face, when her kids pissed off. And Brady tells her, and Marlena revealed that, she admitted that she knew about it, and Brady was hella pissed. Yeah, she told him that EJ remembered and that he take um didn't want Johnny to go down for this, and so Kristen confessed to protect Rachel, and Brady was hella pissed that Marlena did not tell him, so he just went out, and I'm like, y'all should be happy, more food for y'all. Yeah, now that I think about it, but I don't even know if they even ate, because that was pretty much the end of the episode by then. But Birdie went back to Rachel's room with Tate, and they just sat with her. I guess maybe they sedated her or something because she was knocked out, or maybe she's just really tired. But I would think that she would have woke up with Tate talking to her. That's why I think that she was just sedated. I don't know, but we'll have to wait until Monday to see how that goes down. I don't think they posted next week's preview yet, but I do know that Brady did tell Tate that they're prepping her to go to Bayview, and then it went to promo. Brady just has to drop her off, and he just closes the door, and he just seems so upset. I'm like, but I know Rachel is strong, and she can get through all of it. I believe her. Oh lordy. Yeah, that's pretty much all that happened. That was pretty much Monday's episode with them. But also, the fan mail. Stephanie got some fan mail, and the person is telling her how much they love her and they're gonna be together or whatever. But Stephanie's just shrugging it off, like, it's just fan mail. Like, girl, you might have a stand on your face, on your hand. But Alex is worried about it, and he brought it to Steve's attention, and Steve is not worried about it either, which I'm really surprised. I thought that Steve would get on that, but I don't know. But I have a bad feeling that something's gonna happen. I don't think it's Jeremy. I think somebody else is stalking Stephanie. If you remember in a winter promo, if you have, I know I keep talking about it. If you haven't watched it, check it out. But I just see that Wes Ramsey, he played Owen. I can't remember his last name, but he stalks. He was the mayor gardener or whatever. But the mayor, he was a gardener for the mayor's of Kyriakis. I can't remember, but that was during the feud between EJ and Stefano and Philip and Victor, and he kidnapped Stephanie and put her in the, those little drawers that they put the dead bodies in. Yeah. Well, I saw that he's coming back, so I don't know if he's playing the same character, but he had a thing for Stephanie. So Stephanie, I don't know, just something about you, girl, that just dudes just can't get enough of you. I don't know, but that was cute. Stephanie, Alex, Steve, Kayla, Kate, and Roman all sat out to dinner. Um, for Thanksgiving. They closed down the pub, and I was like, I thought that they could have more people there. It's like they didn't invite John. I don't know. I guess they just wanted a small thing. They didn't want to include a lot of the cast in that episode. I guess I don't know, but poor Sean. John, they could have invited. I guess maybe Abe and Paulina and Johnny and Chanel, maybe they did their own Thanksgiving. Maybe we'll see that on Monday. I don't know, but I didn't see that in the preview for this week, but we shall see. Actually, I'll be kind of glad seeing. We'll move on from Thanksgiving, but I don't know. We shall see. But you know who pissed me off the most? Okay. Look, oof, Jennifer Rose Horton Devereaux done pissed me off. I wanted to strangle that, jump to the TV and strangle that little wench. She was getting on my damn nerves. You know, um, Thomas sitting up there talking about how he doesn't want his dad there, or whatever. He's just letting him come because of Charlotte, you know. And he's sitting up there bad mouthing his dad or whatever. And Jennifer does absolutely nothing, says nothing to Thomas about this. Yeah, stop saying. I'm gonna make sure that I wrote that down so I remember. Because he was just bad mouthing about, how he does. Yeah, he was saying he doesn't want him there. He doesn't care if he shows up or whatever. Because they were trying to figure out, why he hadn't showed up. And Jennifer, she could have easily said, "It's like I know." She just said that I know you're not happy about your dad, but I'm glad that you invited him for your sister. No, you shouldn't have talked about your father like that, blah 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 blah. She's just not trying to, she's like basically encouraging, egging Thomas on to talk bad about his father. And that's no way that a child should talk to their parent, unless they're absolute shitheads. But Chad is the least shitty head person on the show. Yeah, I still hold a little grudge of him interrupting Sammy and Lucas's wedding, but I understand he was screaming Abby, so guess I can forgive. But no matter what Chad has done, the one thing I can say, he's like the best dad on the show, best of the younger dads. You have to say that he's definitely the best one. He always seems to put his kids first. And the whole thing with Kat was just spending too much time with her, and you know, you shouldn't really be told who you can and cannot be with. I mean, I can understand being upset with the way that she, what she did, but if Chad can forgive her, then like I said, a Demira can forgive being wronged, but a Horton cannot. Really fucking stupid. And oh, days, you're just driving me crazy, having me happy with what Julie is saying. Damn you for making me like Julie for this little bit of time. Because she was talking to Jack about it, and they were just talking about we're not trying to hurt Chad or anything. I'm like, what? what in the world? You're not trying to hurt him. You think that taking his kids across where are they at? I don't where the hell they're at. It's not in Salem. It's not in Illinois because I consider Salem in Illinois because they always talk about how close Chicago is. I don't think they ever definitely said what state it is, but I just assume Illinois. But anyways, wherever the hell they live, you don't think that's gonna um hurt Chad? Even just saying that you want to do that hurts Chad. Filing the papers, that hurts Chad. Not trying to help Thomas deal with this, that hurts Chad. Like, I wanted him to backslap Jag. It's like Jag is one of those sub characters I never really truly had a problem with. I know he did some shady shit, but that was before I started watching. But ever since I started watching, he always seems like a really goofy, fun guy, and I don't recall ever him pissing me off enough to just want to backslap him like I want to right now. But yeah, just it just ugh, him and Jennifer. Ugh, can they just go away and don't come back? Unfortunately, not sure how long they're sticking around, but they will definitely be here for Christmas for the ornament hanging. But I was really happy that Julie was. I think part of it's probably because she's there all the time and she sees how Chad is with his kids. Not only that, but losing Doug. Speaking of which, that picture that was sitting on the table, I was like, damn, whew. Doug back in the day. I see why Julie wanted him. And Julie's mama wanted all her soap operas. Anyways, yeah, I think losing Bill, oh lordy. Doug. I said Bill, didn't I? That's his real name, Bill Hayes. Doug, I think part of losing Doug helps her see more, how to not really hold grudges, well, except for against the junior or the third. Yeah, but I think she's like that though, I think. But I'm happy at least Julie is there on the side. And I think Lucas is sort of too, but he's just trying to basically trying to stay out of it by still being supportive. I don't know, but I know Lucas is coming back too. I don't know if he actually left. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, I wrote down the quote. Jennifer and I are not trying to hurt Chad. And of course, Chad does not show up to Thanksgiving. Charlotte's heartbroken, and no, Jennifer is pissed. He's like, "How dare him not show up?" And it's like, well, maybe Julie's like, oh, maybe he didn't get the message, it was short notice or whatever. And Julie, Julie, I don't know where. I think Julie went helped the kids upstairs or something, and she left her phone on the table. And Jennifer and Jack saw the message from Chad saying, sorry he couldn't make it. I'm like, I was like, you go flashback. You go to the scene, Kristen and Tom, Kristen and Thomas, Kristen and Tony, they were eating and they were just talking about how they're like, um, poor Rachel probably thinks that I abandoned her, and Tony's like, and the probably thinks that I abandoned her. They like, we need to get out of here. I'm like, yeah. And Kristen starts trying to dig again, but then she cuts her wrist, and Tony had to use his shirt. I'm trying to figure out what shirt did he use. Did he have clothes in there, or because it didn't look like the shirt looked kind of dark, and his shirt's not dark, so I don't know, maybe an undershirt he had on or something. I don't know, but he wrapped her wrist, and then before she started digging again, they somebody opens the door and just like tosses somebody in there. I'm like, y'all didn't try to jump that person, whoever it is. But anyways, they're face down, their hands tied behind the back, and blindfolded too. And Kristen, well, it's funny, if he's knocked the hell out, he doesn't need a blindfold. Anyways, Kristen takes off the blindfold. She's like, "It's Chad," and she looks up at Tony. And I'm like, I knew it. And I was like, I knew Chad was gonna get kidnapped from spoilers, but I was like, you know what? I was like, he probably will get kidnapped before he can make it to Thanksgiving dinner, and some people will think that he didn't want to be there, and that's true. So it's almost even kind of looked kind of sad that Chad didn't show up. But yeah, so this is gonna look bad for him too. But eventually, I don't know. Eventually somebody's going to realize that Chad's missing. You know, he's not Leo. At least Leo or EJ probably figured out first, like he didn't show up for work. You know, not only that, but Belle told Marlena that she was on a dating app and they paired her with Chad first. So it's like, because I was wondering, did they ever set a date? I don't know, because if they set a date, then Belle will realize that something's up too because Chad didn't show up. But I think that Leo probably will pick it up first because he's gonna wonder why his boss is not at work and he's already on the case about the missing the mirror. So I don't know, but if Chad was at home with his kids, he wouldn't have got kidnapped. So that's your fault, Jennifer. I will not be mean quite enough. Okay. Anyways, on to the Hernandez's Thanksgiving. Um, Gabby, amateur, don't forgot the milk. How you gonna forget the milk? What are you making that you don't have milk? You're not using milk. I don't know. But Ray sent her to the store to get milk, and she runs into JJ and saying Happy Thanksgiving and stuff. And Philip shows up and offers to walk Gabby there because he's heading that way anyways. So I was like, Philip. No, and JJ looked all sad because he has to go spend Thanksgiving with his parents and aunt and niece and nephew. So no girl on his shoulder. Poor JJ. That's already. I mean, I was just thinking. I like JJ, but I don't see the point of him being on the show. I don't know. Maybe something will pick up with his storyline with Theo because it's been kind of quiet for the last few weeks. But anyways, they go back and Leo and Javi been in bed all day. Lazy asses. I know like I can talk because I stayed in bed too. I didn't cook not one damn thing. I went to my in laws and then I went to my mom's and I didn't cook not one thing. I should have because nobody made dessert. How you not have dessert? Anyways, I know not one dessert. Well, good thing I bought cookies when I was at Kroger the other day, so I can get me some milk and cookies. Get my cookies in my. Anyways, and I had some ice cream. Mm, I just got sidetracked. So, anyways, they eventually come downstairs, and Ari was talking about she's on a fantasy football team, um, and she is number one. I guess they have it like at the dorm or something, and she's number one. Like, go Ari! And Uncle Rafe is hella proud of her. Not to mention Rafe looking extra. I'm really, really loving the gray on Galen. It's looking really good on him. But anyways, when Leo came downstairs, Rafe got jokes. It's like, thank you and Javi for helping so much in the kitchen. And Leo's like, I detect some sarcasm. But I guess Javi did do something because he set up his green bean casserole. So I guess he put everything together and then stuck it in the fridge. I don't know exactly what is green bean casserole. I don't know why that's a thing. But I should have tried it yesterday because somebody had made some at my in-laws. It's like just try a little bit out of curiosity. I don't like green beans. Anyways, Leo is like trying to ask. It sounded like he was going to ask Leo for Javi's hand in marriage at first, but now finds out that he was just wanted Javi's mom's ring so he could propose to Javi. Like, oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Javi really won me over because when I started watching again, when I stopped watching, he debuted sometime between when I stopped watching and when I came back watching. And I don't know, I didn't hate him, but I was like, kind of boring for Leo. But then I was like, they are pretty cute. But I still love Leo and Dimitri, and Dimitri's coming back, so I'm gonna ship that. But I was thought it was sweet that Javi, Leo proposed, and Javi accepted it. You know, I can be a sucker when it comes to engagements, even if I don't like the couple. If it's cute enough, I'll get on that. But yeah. And Ari, she had like a necklace, and she put the ring on the necklace and put it around Javi. It's gonna be close to his heart. So beautiful. I'm not crying, you're crying. Yeah. But I know there's gonna be a wedding, but you know, it's Salem. How well is that gonna work out? I don't know. But I thought it was nice how they all just said what they were thankful for, and oh, I really wish they would have kept baby T. I thought they were really cute parents, but I know yeah. If you know me, you know that I love Johnny and Chanel, but you know I don't like that they got um I don't I don't like that they got baby T. No, they can have their own kid. I won't say any more about that. And that's all the notes I took. Just a little oh, that's right. Rafe before Gabby went to go get the milk, I was talking about setting the tables for six, and Rafe's like, "Who else is coming?" And she said Philip was coming. Rafe's like, "That's a little short notice. You're gonna invite your boyfriend over for dinner to meet the family." Rafe, you know damn well you know Philip. And Gabby's like, first of all, he is not my boyfriend. Second of all, I'm surprised she didn't say hello. His niece is right here. Oh lordy, I know some people might have forgotten. Ari is Philip's niece, great niece, I guess considered. I don't know. I get confused with that. But anyways, Rafe, Rafe saying, I was talking about how Philip didn't have anywhere to go or something like that, and Rafe said, "Charity for rich people." So we're charity for rich people. Oh lordy, but Philip liked being there. He said it felt more warm. And I was like, yes, with the mother and a father like Kate. Kate Roberts and Victor Kiriakis, it can get a little cold at the mansion. Though I love them and I miss Victor. But oh well. But I thought Xander got invited too. I guess he's not coming. Anyways, I talked more than I meant to talk, but I know I went on my little tangent. But that's all I had to say about the last two episodes of Days of Our Lives. Let me know. What did you have a great Thanksgiving? What was your favorite dish? And what did you like about Days of Our Lives the last couple of days? And if you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And hit the notification so you know when I post a video. And that's all I had to say. Oh, and if you like to share it, there's some days peeps that's like, I watched their channel or I know I talked to them a lot and I'm still trying to remember everybody's name. So if you know any of them, spread the word that I have this channel or share the video with them as well. And I think that is all I have to say. I hope everybody enjoys their weekend. Stay warm if you're cold. I'm cold. It's really cold. And there's something, a really bad cold draft coming from my back door. So I'm not looking forward to doing laundry. But anyways, I'm gonna shut up. Thank you for watching. Love you guys. Bye.